fire it off and see what happens.
I did.
We're live.
We are live. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome into the first show of the new show for episode 1.
Episode 1 coming to you live from the It's All About the Barbecue Network.
Whoa,
partnering with
Barbecue Network.
Well, it is on the Barbecue Network, but we're partnering with.
Yeah.
The great. Look at all those banners going up.
Look at this one. Yeah. I mean, I think we're going to have a good show tonight. We're going to see if we get some people in here. We are shared out. I think that is the correct page, so I'm going to check it out on my phone here and see.
It was a lucky guess.
Yeah.
So there might be some good. As anybody who's ever watched the live from the barbecue department at Wanamaker's, there are always technical difficulties and glitches that seem to happen. So we had a little interesting thing on trying to figure out how to which barbecue Blackstone and beer page, because Ryan isn't smart enough to pick a different.
We say, "What's up, my brother from other mothers?" We don't know who you are, so if you back out of the live and in the description, it'll say register your name for StreamYard on Facebook, and then it'll actually show your name is. But hey, what's up?
What's up? Thank you for coming on. We got 6 people, right? That's like a new record for us on a live show.
See, you start talking and it goes down to 4.
That's because you told everybody to go out and put their names in.
Well, that's true. I mean, we want to know who they are. I don't want to just see Facebook user every single time. So,
I know,
guys, welcome into episode 1 again. My name's Ryan. I'm with Barbecue Blackstone and Beer. You all know our co-hosts. Stephen Crass. Yes, we're co-hosts.
Stephen Crass from It's All About the Barbecue, and you can find me during the week. You can find me at Wanamaker's in Downers Grove. I'll be working the grill department there. And hey, we're live. We're live.
We're there.
Did I pick the right page?
Yeah, we are there. Yep, right, that is the right one. So.
I'm assuming you got your computer and everything, so I'll let you do your normal computer stuff.
I can take care of all that. So we got.
There's another Facebook user says, "Yo, what's up, Facebook user?"
Yeah, guys, don't forget, if you back out and in the description it'll say register your name for StreamYard. It doesn't cost anything. You're not signing up for anything, any memberships. It's just so we can actually see who you are. But we appreciate it. So we've got a great show tonight. I mean, we're going to start off with the one and only
local favorite,
Rackmaster.
Local favorite, Rackmaster Barbecue.
Yes. Yeah. So with that, we'll bring him right in here to the show here, Mr. Duane Creviston himself.
There he is.
How you doing there, sir?
How's it going, guys?
Great.
Exciting
to
have
a
new profile out here with you guys.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's a little nicer doing the show in the evening time. It's Kyle. It says, "Yo, it's Kyle Driscoll." Yeah. Hi, Kyle. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, Kyle. I know Kyle. Kyle's a good friend of mine. He's out here in Yorkville with us.
Good.
Oh, well, then he says, "Yo."
Yo. We're gonna try to see. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up. Yeah, guys, if you can see, let me see here. How do I do this?
I don't know.
Is it there? So in the description, it's going to say, "I'm going live with StreamYard. Before leaving a comment, please grant StreamYard permission to see your names at StreamYard.com/Facebook." Like I said, you're not registering for anything. You're just putting your name on there so we can actually see who it is instead of Facebook user.
Right. Well, Kyle Driscoll, welcome to the show. So, Duane.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you, for those of you who haven't seen the show, Duane's been a guest on my other show a couple times. I think once with Ryan as a co-host and then once with Nat. And then for those of you who haven't, why don't you just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, Duane, and about what you've done and Rackmasters itself as far as competition team, because I know you didn't start in the rub and sauce business. You got a pretty good history going to yourself.
Yeah. So we started back in, I want to say 2010, 2011, doing some backyard barbecue. My brother and my wife was kicking and screaming. She didn't like the fact that I was getting into this. She thought I might get a little invested. Surprise. So we started doing some backyard stuff, the two of us, and it was fun. And we had some pretty good success right out the bat, and said, all right, well, we're cooking a 2-meat contest. Let's try this 4-meat stuff and see what happens. So we started bringing some other folks and stuff into it, but we needed a name to compete under. So my brother and I came up with the Rack Masters name, and we just goofed around for a little while trying to get our feet wet, and eventually took a class and started having some success. You know, Scotty Johnson did an awesome job with the class and all that stuff, and gave us some ideas and some groundwork. I met a good group of people out of Kansas City, the Grillas Barbecue team, and they kind of took me under the wing and mentored me quite a lot. And we took everything we learned and put it into doing this weekend thing where you're cooking 4 meats in a parking lot for strangers, and it became a lot of fun. And back around 2014, we had one of those really wicked winter days where Mother Nature delivered us like a minus 29 or whatever real temp, and whatever it was with the wind chill. And I had been messing around with this rub that I wanted to put on some venison that I had, and I decided I was going to put it on a steak instead. We cooked some steaks that afternoon. My wife thought I was nuts, and lo and behold, that was the very first iteration of what we launched as Big Rack Rub. We put it on those steaks. It hit every flavor profile we wanted. My wife said, "This is the best steak I've ever had," and I kind of had to agree with her. It was a dynamite setup. So we started adding that rub into our brisket recipe, and eventually into the chicken and the ribs and stuff as well. And it was going really, really good. We were having a lot of fun with it. And then this little thing came along on a Friday night to cook a steak for $1,000, and ultimately became the SCA, Steak Cook-Off Association. And not having any real idea of what they were looking for, or the technique and everything that's being used and stuff today, we just started putting this on a steak and grilling it on our 22-year-old, Blue Weber grill. And we're getting calls. We're in the top 10, and in the top 10, and in the top 10. And then we had the hometown contest there. Westmont had the first SCA in our area. And we go to the cooks meeting, and my wife's talking to a friendly team, and she's coming back and she's asking me all these crazy questions if I'm doing this to the meat and doing that to the meat and blah, blah, blah. And I looked at her, I said, no. She goes, we're going to get killed. So she's now in a bad mood because I'm cooking a steak just like I always have, like I do in the backyard. And we're just going to go to awards, and we're going to get our head handed to us. Lo and behold, we had our number called 5th, and had a lot of good friends and teams and stuff stop by that night and want to chat about what I did and how I did it. And I had extra rub that I had made in a Ziploc bag, or a vac seal bag. And I handed a few of these friends and stuff like that. And I said, well, here, try this rub out, see what you think. And a couple weeks later, we were at a contest, and I came in 5th or 6th again, but one of the gentlemen I gave that rub to came in 4th, and the other one came in 1 behind me. And my wife's like, dude, you've got something here. You need to get someone to make it. Now, I've been one of those people that has talked my wife into stuff and been given permission that I later got in trouble for. So I kind of slow rolled it, and I wasn't going to just run out and get this thing made quick. Ultimately, worked on it over the winter, and we took delivery on it right before COVID hit. First week of March, I took my first shipment. Very good friend from Smoke and Ghost delivered it to me. Paul helped me out with a whole lot of stuff, and give him some huge kudos for that. And that was our first commercially available product. I had a few retailers give me some grief about only having one product and not wanting to put me on the shelf for just being a one product guy. And we'd been making some barbecue sauce ourselves for our catering stuff, and we did a little bit of it with our competition and stuff too. And I started toying around with getting that made, and ultimately that became a spicy, a sweet, and a mustard sauce. And we were playing around with a way to demo the meat. We were at a meat market and had a couple come up and they couldn't eat meat. So they didn't have any way to taste my product. I had, meatballs and pulled pork in the crock pot that day. So I gave Joni a task. I need a sample item. I need a demo item. So she's up and down the baking aisle and the cooking aisle, and she's cussing me out because I gave her this hard task to come up with item that didn't need heat or refrigeration and easy to make, and it really showcased the Big Rack Rub flavor. She thought about a recipe my mom makes with oyster crackers, and she applied that using the Big Rack Rub and went through a couple of different recipes and then called me into the kitchen and said, hey, check this out. What do you think? And I was like, man, this is money. Great. Thank you. So we're at Wanamaker's doing the demo. And first couple people that tasted it are all like, man, this is really good. Yeah, we'll buy a bag. My wife looks at me like, huh? Uh-oh. And next thing you know, the oyster cracker
was born.
Was born, for sure. And
Fred says the best oyster crackers ever.
Thank you, Fred. I appreciate it very much. Let me see about this light here. Oh, I can't turn it on from here. I'm kind of darkening up over here. Sorry about that. But we started making them in small batch, like 12 dozen at a time, where I'd literally bought the bags off of Uline and printed the labels at home and labeled the bags, and I'd bring them to the co-packer. He was cooking, 12 cases worth of crackers at a time. He'd stuff the bags and zip them up, and I'd run around and drop them off a case at a time. And I think we did the first 1,500 bags that way. And finally, I was able to work out a deal with the lady who runs the name
Smokehouse Crackers.
Smokehouse Crackers, yeah. It's Spice Smokehouse is the brand that I deal with, and then Smokehouse Crackers is the product she produces. So I was able to work out a deal with her to have her be my co-packer, and we're bringing those things in by the pallet now, which is awesome. And ran into a couple of issues through COVID with being able to hold pricing on our rub with the current co-packer we had. And I wanted to change the label around a little bit, and ended up working with Damon from our friends up at Croy Valley up in Hudson, Wisconsin. And he put together the new version of Big Rack Rub, which we wanted to change the name because we found in our demo days that people kept thinking of it as a rib rub, which, trust me, you can put it on ribs all day long, no problem. But we were trying to tell everybody you could put it on everything. We put it on popcorn, we put it on eggs, we put it on corn on the cob, we put it on fish, literally everything. So at the end of the day, we decided to change the name and update that to Rackmaster's Rub Everything, because you can literally put it on everything. And this spring, we took our first delivery of that order. And we also tightened up the grind on the pepper just a little bit, so everything in there is the same granularity. It works really well on the SCA steaks and stuff that we do, but you still put it on everything you can possibly put it on. I haven't done a cookie and I haven't done a cake, but everything else I've put it on, I've been very, very happy with.
I think I walked into Wanamaker's one time and Steve was in there rubbing it on him. So it's definitely some great stuff. And I got to go back to, when we and I first met, and I got my first sample in a little baggie too. So I remember.
Yes, you did. Those were the early days when, that stuff was being done as a taste tester, and we had to, I had to get market feedback. And so, yeah, I remember driving that over. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think I was one of those retailers, though I didn't refuse to put one item on the shelf. But I did. I think I was one of those that was recommending that you expand your line to more than just the rub. But I was still putting the rub on the shelf, and I'm kind of happy I did, because just so everybody knows, Rackmasters is my. I see Old Arthur's on here, so I don't want to make anybody madder, but Rackmasters is my favorite. It is my favorite steak rub. So that's all I can say on that. That's my favorite. That's my go-to steak rub.
Yep.
What?
Yep. Yeah, and Old Arthur's loves the crackers too. They like to nibble them on road trips. So I appreciate
definitely.
that. Appreciate the support there, guys.
Yeah. See, it's all the same. That's what it's all about. Nothing but love.
Yep,
Nothing but love.
exactly.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, I like Old Arthur's Gold Dust on a lot on pork chops. So I got a lot of different. I like to spread myself around.
Yep.
You know, we always thought that this was Steve's old phone that was having issues. Now we think it's just his Wi-Fi.
Well, I'm not. Can you guys? Am I breaking? Am I pausing? Is that the problem? Is I'm pausing up?
We can still hear you perfectly fine, but you're
my pictures pausing. Well, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm actually just on my 5G, so it may go in and out. So I kind of figured the picture was going to be kind of goofy because you guys keep disappearing and coming back. So, but I'm not on Wi-Fi.
We're still here. It's just you.
Yeah.
But
yeah, very cool.
Yeah, definitely got some good stuff, Duane. We loved meeting you. I think it's been two or 3 years now since we've known each other.
I think we met during the first part of COVID. First time we met with parking lot near your office, where I was dropping off some rub and some sauce for you to check out and see how you liked it. And
I don't think I had the sauce then. I think it was just the rub.
Yeah, I don't think I was far enough down the road with the sauce. The way the sauce ended up working, COVID didn't help us with that. I placed an order for the sweet and the spicy at the same time, and I should have had the sweet in March. And in that year, I got the sweet in October, and I had to wait till the next March to get the spicy, just because of supply shortages and stuff like that. So those are now fixed. I placed an order for sweet sauce about a week ago, maybe 10 days ago, and it's getting delivered tomorrow. So those supply chain issues have been resolved. So that's always nice to hear.
As Fred says, Little Bird Griddlers loves that Rackmaster was a sponsor for the first ever griddle battle. So again, thank you for that, being a sponsor for that.
I'm glad I could do that, and I wish I could have been there for the contest. Next year, I'll be back for that one.
You don't have to wait till next year. You can register now for the upcoming griddle battle.
Oh, geez, here we go. Look at how long did you work on that banner? I mean,
I just changed some dates. I just changed some dates from July 15th to October 14th and changed the address there. But
I'm surprised you don't have a sticker on your screen.
Where is it in October 14th? I love that.
Or hang on, I know if Mr. Jeff Nichols is on. These are coming out next.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What's that? Is that what is it? Tumblr?
Let me see. How do I? Oh, here we go.
Oh,
somebody's
taking over the whole show, Duane.
That is great.
Yeah, we've got two different designs of those. So, but just trying to get pricing down on it, but. No. The next griddle battle is October 14th. It's at the Yorkville American Legion.
Excellent.
Yes. We just partnered up with them for that. It's going to be a great time.
Well, what is that? I mean, is it? I thought you were doing one with. Are you doing Sean's? Are you doing one for Sean's event too, or no? Or is it just that?
No, no.
Okay.
No, Sean's got so much going on with that. That's going to be such a huge event to get something else in there. I mean, he's got 3 days of event, with the saluting with smoke and everything. And it's just so much going on and having the carnival out there now. And I mean, it's going to be a lot bigger than it was last year. So
yeah, without the wind.
Huh? Without the wind. Yes. Hopefully
without the wind. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a lot of work going into that to not be able to do anything. It was really, really sad last year. So,
yeah, for sure.
You got a picture of your new label, Duane? Do you have a picture of it? You got a rub there with the new label on it?
Second, I kind of was running late getting on.
Me too.
I've got the sauce and stuff in here. I need to figure out. I'm at my aunt's for dinner tonight, and I forgot about that when we agreed to do the whole online thing. So if you guys can fill for like 40 seconds, let me run out and grab a bottle of that and figure out a room I can be in with a little better light, and we'll be right back.
Your lighting's not bad. We can see you just fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, give me 40 seconds. I'll run out and get a bottle. They brought in everything, but they didn't bring in the rub. So
No problem.
Okay.
give me 1 second. Be right back.
Who forgets the rub? Yeah, how do you forget the rub?
There's nothing like a rub.
Yeah, we won't get into that. But yeah, we're staying steady here. I see some people definitely have their stuff registered, so we can see. Mr. Fred Dudek from Little Bird Kitchens, which we'll announce that now. We'll announce it again later. Fred is going to be our next guest next week.
Fred's guest number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah,
we'll have to start labeling these like episode 1, episode 2, so we can just keep them going.
I think if you look at the description, it does say number 1.
It does. I just thought that was Rackmaster Barbecue as number 1.
No, that was number 1. I started doing that after I realized that the other show was getting close to show number 100. I thought I should probably start numbering the show so I could actually do a better job of actually remembering what show number I'm on. Yeah. Well, look at it. Dwayne's taking a tour.
We're going.
There we go. Now I still have. That's better.
There you go.
That's
better. Yes.
So that's the new label.
I like it.
There we go. It says rub everything. It says all natural, no MSG, no gluten, low sodium, and low sugar. It's hard going lefty to righty here. We also have a picture, an image of a SCA championship ring.
Look at that.
That came from 2021. It was part of Scott Nardi's recipe that year. And so when I was getting ready to relabel this thing, he says, "Hey, make sure you put that ring on there." He goes, "Don't forget." He goes, "I was using your product when I won that." He's still using it today. I took a class from him last weekend, and come to find out, I wasn't sure that Ken was using my stuff in his recipe as well. I'm not the only ingredient in there, but Ken was also using it this year when he got his. So that's it's really nice to find that out, and humbling that that they like the product and that they're using it like that. I've got a pretty good following when it comes to the SCA. The Cheese Curd Cartel has been a wonderful blessing. Stores like Wanamaker's. We've got some other local guys around here that are helping promote and push. That was one of the things I wanted to bring up about the crackers. We're going to be running a promo sale for the whole month of August. If you go to my website, you'll see it. If you go to Steve's store, you'll see it. And if you go to Barbecue Pro Shop, you'll see them on sale for 20% off this month. So grab a couple bags while you've got it at that price, and let me show you what the crackers look like. Sorry, I'm being so mobile here.
You heard it here first. Promo sales are going on this month.
Promo
yeah,
sales.
we got to love the promo sales. So Rackmaster's crackers. So we started them as a demo item, as a snack. We named them Crack, all capitals right there, because once you start eating them, it's just like one of those good potato chips that you eat where you have to, eat the whole bag. But they're also great on soup, chili, on top of a salad if you've got a little bit of pop you need. If you're doing anything with a chicken or a fish fry, they're awesome for that. Grind it up in there inside of a meatball, a meatloaf. They're great as a binder on that stuff. And then the bag will always have a little residual spices in the bottom of it. I found if you take a quarter cup of olive oil, pour it in the bag, take a couple chicken breasts, throw them in there, mix it around a little bit. It's got a zip on the top, like a Ziploc bag up here. Zip it up, throw it in your refrigerator overnight, marinate your chicken breasts, and have some seasoned marinated chicken breasts for tomorrow.
You should put that on the oyster bag.
I need to somehow get it there. There's a lot of things that are ghosted in there. Like a topping for mac and cheese, and it's great on a baked potato and stuff like that. But yeah, I do need to get that in there.
I did see here the Hi Guys, that reformulated rub is fantastic. Trust me, and also the two
ring.
That's
Two
Mr.
rings.
Scott Nardi.
Yeah, now it's 2 rings, so I've got to get that added. I'm getting ready to place another order. I'm almost through the first order of Rub Everything, so the next order is going to come in the same size shaker that we've been selling it, which is like 5.5 ounces. I'm also going to have the larger shaker, and that would be like 11 ounces. And then the competitors have been using like a 2-pound bag. That and some of my retailers. I've got a few meat markets that like to use it, and they'll have a Rub Everything burger or Rub Everything steak pre-done in the case. So they've been buying 2-pound bags at a time. I'll have those available here very shortly.
Just so you know, Duane, if you want to, if you want to, you're welcome to. I know I've always done the show on the Wanamaker page, and we're not on the Wanamaker page. This isn't, so we're independent of the store. So you can feel free if you want to. I know you got your rub at a whole bunch of locations around. If you can feel free to shoot those names out. Obviously, if you're close to Wanamaker's, I would love if you would shop at Wanamaker's. That's that's not to be put aside. But yeah, let people know if they're local, where they can grab it.
All right, so if you're in the city, we'll start there. I've got Poetas and Paulina Market. They're both kind of on the north side of town. I have Wanamaker's if you're central and Downers, Wheaton Meat Market if you're in that direction here, Reams Meat Market out in Elburn. They're one of the first people that took my stuff on. If you're up in the Wisconsin area, I have Appleton, Wisconsin with Kits and File. Jeff has been a great supporter since day one. Madison, just west of Madison in Spring Green. I have Prem Meats out there in 2 locations. They've been on since almost day one as well. And Smoke and Deal, Barbecue Pro Shop, and Libertyville Ace are all up on the north side. I have 301 Boys up there. And then the Ziegler's Ace Hardwares in Crystal Lake, McHenry, and Orchard Prime Meats. And then I have Lake in the Hills. That's Butcher on the Block in Lake in the Hills. I've got several other locations out there as well. You can always check rackmasters.com for store locations. We've got a store locator on there. That webpage is relatively new. Our friends over at the Smoke Freaks put that together for us last year. We rolled it out, I think, around October, November. There's an online portal there if you want to buy and click. The shipping is outstanding as it's coming directly through our friends over at the Barbecue Pro Shop. They got a great shipping deal on all the stuff. So they're my electronic portal. So, and then down in Peoria, I have 3 or 4 locations down there as well with All Winds and Raver Packing and Haddad's. There's one other, Musselman Meats down there. So in Iowa, I've got a couple of spots, and soon to have a few more in Michigan and Indiana right now. So
you're not in the Ace Hardware here in Yorkville?
I am. I need to go in and update them. Because right now they have Big Rack Rub. I think they only have like 3 or 4 bottles left, and they've only got a couple bottles of sauce left. I got to go in and update them with everything and introduce them to the crackers and talk to them about Rub Everything. They're also part of the Ace Hardware in Oswego, and that location right there has huge history with me. That's the location I bought my very first bottle of barbecue spice rub. Was out of the Oswego. Was driving by going water skiing one day and saw them with 15 or 20 Webers outside. These guys were all doing some kind of a burger cook-off or whatever. And, I stopped in, checked out some stuff, and came up with a great bottle of Oklahoma Joe's that I really liked. And, that's kind of where part of that barbecue journey started for me. So.
Little history.
History. Learned a little secret fact there. Little history there. Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, that goes back like 25 years or something.
I might have to go by and take a picture and maybe frame it or something. Be like,
frame it. Yeah, Rackmasters was here. Rackmaster started here.
I was there once. I've been there
once.
since. Yeah, no, I've been there a couple times since. So
Fred said you're just dirty talking with that marinade. So
yeah, can you flip the light on? There we go. Now I got a light going and I can turn around a little bit. There we go. Now I can at least see myself in the screen. Although look at that glare off my forehead.
Well, it happens, Duane, with age.
Yeah. I'm not as young as I used to be, but that just means I'm more seasoned.
Look at the glare off of Ryan's forehead. I mean, you can't. At least you got some hair up there.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a good angle. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I got hair. It's just my hair has been this thin. I mean, if you're gonna throw it out there, Steve, I mean, we don't all have that Brillo pad like you have up there, but you know.
That's why I was trying to cut it off in the picture. I figured I'd want it to blend in.
Newman.
Yeah, there you go.
Newman, yeah, right. Right.
For sure.
Of course, we got Fred, we got Keith Wilmotson here from Smoking Griddle Boys are in the house. They were some other members cooking down at the Griddle Battle, so they've got a bottle of your Rackmasters now, and they can test it out and
excellent.
Give you some feedback.
And you have there's more than just like you said, you're big with the Cheese Curd Cartel, but I mean, you got a whole bunch of people in the SCA that you're part of the. Obviously, most people don't understand. It's rare that anybody uses a straight rub in SCA. There's always some kind of layering and formula that goes into it. But you're part of a lot of people's,
profiles.
formula.
Yeah, we're fortunate to have a really good following that way. And one thing I can say is if you're cooking steaks and you're in Wisconsin, you really want to have this as at least part of your profile, because I guarantee you it makes a difference. Wisconsin loves this stuff. I've got competitors and friends out there that are sponsored by other people and stuff like that, and I get it. They've got a flavor profile, they run with it, but when they go to Wisconsin, they're adding some of this stuff in somewhere, and it makes a difference. So I just appreciate all that support and all that help. And there are times where I'll be at a barbecue contest and somebody will get a call in the top 10 and they'll be walking up there and introducing themselves and talking about their story and all their sponsors. And out of the blue, I'll get a shout out saying thank you and all that stuff. And I had no idea they were using my product. And that's kind of how it happened in the state class last weekend with Ken. I handed him a bottle and gave him a couple of little tidbits on flavor profile and stuff like that a couple of years ago, and I had no idea he was using Rackmasters until that point, and he told me, yep, and I was using it in March, so he's been using it the whole time. So it's really cool to get that kind of following and have that kind of friendship and all that stuff. So
yeah, this is Scott Nardi again here. So Scott, if you actually back out of the live and in the description it'll say register your name for streaming, you can actually see who you are.
He wants to be anonymous.
And watching my phone at the same time. That's how I know it's you. But
yeah,
that's one of the Rackmasters. So
yeah, he's an awesome guy. Love him and his wife. They're awesome supporters, and we had some fun. There's a great story about how we first met and started, working together and all that stuff. And it was an eye-opening weekend for me up in Wisconsin. And I made a lot of friends that weekend, and they're all friends to this day. So that's really cool. So.
Well, you guys were just up at you just did the, can you see me now? You were just up for Croy Valley just had their double or triple or whatever their big six pack, and you had a picture. You had a whole bunch of people holding trophies that were part of your group.
So that is very cool, and yes, you're right. It was a double steak and a double ancillary at Croy Valley, and my very first win came 2 years ago at Croy Valley's event. I think I won stake A and Scott won stake B 2 years ago. And Jessica won second place in B, and Wendy won third place in B. So we have a special picture we took under the Croy Valley banner with first place and a golden ticket. Scott with first place, handing Wendy the golden ticket with Jessica in between Scott and Wendy. And, you know, you had 3 beautiful trophies. You had a lot of money sitting right there and a couple of golden tickets. And this year with the ancillaries and the golden tickets and everything that were available up there, it was really awesome to kind of replicate what we did. So we didn't have a big, huge banner up on the building because it was brand new. So we found a small area where we had it and got us all set up. And there were, I don't know, 5 or 6 golden tickets. I think every golden ticket but one was in that picture because it came from that group right there. So I didn't end up with a first place this year, but I was close. I hadn't cooked in a while, and we were just coming up to have a good time and do our best. And we were fortunate enough to get second place in stake A, and caught me as far up a surprise as the very first place I ever had. And you know, it seems like when we go to Wisconsin, we build memories, whether it's one based on how well we did or just how much fun we had hanging out with the really good people and good friends we have up there. So it's a special place for us.
It's definitely the fun part about the competitions is getting to be with people that you're with every time you're out and seeing people you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, and the one at Hudson at Croy Valley this time was really special for us because it was the launch that day. That was the launch of the Rub Everything. The flavor profile stayed the same, but we did tighten up the grind on the pepper. We used to have a coarse ground pepper in here. Now everything is the same grind. So if you're doing the SCA stuff, it comes out of the bottle SCA worthy. You don't have to put it in the coffee grinder anymore and trying to tighten it up and all that. There you go.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Yeah, I think Duane and I were talking. Duane actually stopped off at the store today. I get to see Duane twice today. He was at the store dropping off some mustard sauce, but I think we were talking about that, the advantage of having a SCA competition business making the rub. They kind of know what people are looking for that. And Croy Valley, obviously being with the ancillaries and the state competition and stuff like that, they know the consistency and the grind that the competitors are looking for. So I think that was a big help, and I think that's pretty cool that they were doing that for you.
Yeah, I had a couple of really nice conversations with Damon, letting him know what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. He gave me some recommendations. He redid some stuff. He put this label together for me. I keep getting my lefts and rights messed up here, but he put this label together in the matter of a couple of days and nailed it down. It's got some ghosted stuff in there for, in the background for ribs and for steaks and for burgers and for pork chops and all that kind of stuff. I can't thank him and Lou enough for the time and the effort and everything they put into it to make it a dynamite quality product. So, like I say, I'm getting ready to do the second order here in the next couple of days. First, I probably ought to call him and let him know what I'm trying to do, because I haven't told him I'm getting ready to reorder yet. So,
surprise.
Yeah, surprise. I need to get the big. He knows I want to go with the bigger bottle for part of the order. So, my meat market guys like the smaller bottle. My guys like Wanamaker's and Barbecue Pro Shop and Smoke and Deal and all that stuff. They're used to dealing with the larger bottle. My competitors all like the larger bottle and stuff like that. Although I have to say it's about 50-50. Some of my competitor guys like the smaller bottle because they go through it quicker and they think it stays fresher when they're not opening and closing. So I'm not going to say one's better or not. I'm just going to try and comply and make sure I've got product for both of them and go from there. So.
Well, Duaner, I guess we'll let you get back to your family there. We'll let you scoot back so you don't get in too much trouble for taking time out to be with me and Ryan here.
Yeah, these guys all love me. I won't get in any trouble. This was awesome. I appreciate you guys having me on. Congratulations on the new channel.
Thanks. Thanks.
You'll see me liking and following. I've got to figure out where the YouTube part of it all is, and I'll be hooked up on that by tomorrow morning.
Yeah, see, it's kind of hard to see back here, but you're right here,
Yep.
right here.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it
on the banner there for us. So
yeah.
I truly appreciate you.
Oh
What's
yeah,
that?
let's talk Monday so that I can be involved again with October.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we're definitely. I'm trying to get a sponsor sheet ready now.
Cool.
And get something going. So yeah, again, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming on and being the our first guest on the new show.
That's awesome. I'm honored. Appreciate the love.
Yes.
All right,
guys,
Duane.
have a wonderful night. Thanks everybody that was watching and doing comments. I saw some comments come up, but I didn't. I couldn't see them all. So thanks everybody for their support.
All right, Duane. Take care.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Duane.
guys. Yep.
All right, guys. Duane Creviston from Rack Masters. So
Great
stuff.
rub. Great rub.
Yeah.
Great sauce.
Great rub.
Am I still freezing up?
No, you're good now.
I'm good now.
Yeah, guys, definitely. If he's running a promo and you guys have not tried it out, rackmasters.com. Go place an order. If you're in the area, head over to Wanamaker's. Go see Steve. I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, I don't know about the promo at Wanamaker. So we'll think
All right.
we'll think about that. That one kind of slipped in there.
Okay.
I don't make policy like that over
Right.
at Wanamaker's.
So, well, you can
We'll
go
see
to
what we can do.
rackmasters.com and see what's out there.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. I'll work on something, yeah, we'll see what we can do. But anyway, we'll find a way to work it out. That one took me off guard a little, but that's all right.
That's
For
right.
Duane, we'll support it. We'll see what we can see what we can do, but don't come there looking for it right away. I gotta have time to work it through my channels. I don't own Wanamaker's.
All right.
I just work there.
Don't own the brand. I just run the shop.
My name's not on the building. I'm just
Right.
I just work in it. So
That's why it's all about the barbecue now. So
it's all about the barbecue. We moved over here. That's why it's going to take people a while. Obviously, having done the live from the barbecue department at Wanamaker's for a long time, I know people. It was very nice of Duane to think of that and hold back where other people can get the stuff. But that's why I kind of started. It's all about the barbecue because one, I wanted to be able to do a show later in the evening. Crescent Makers. Jesus, Fred, that's cute. Two, I wanted to regroup a little bit with my partner over here because we used to do live from the apartment at Wanamaker's.
You got to point the opposite way. Wherever I'm at on your screen, you point the opposite way.
Well, I'm pointing right at you on the screen. Oh, so I got to go over here.
Oh, so yours is back. Yep, there you go.
Well, you know what it is? I mirrored mine, so mine's actually mirrored to how it looks on the.
Right. It's all good. Look
like
at
the Brady Bunch. So that was the other thing. And two, we want to be able to do with Ryan. We want to be able to do a bunch of different things. We want to be able to have griddle people on there. We want to be able to have as we had mentioned before, Fred's going to be on from Little Bird Kitchen next week. So I didn't want to feel tied to where I had to always have something that was related around to the store. I want to be able to actually share everything barbecue restaurants. Ryan will have some people that he'll suggest, and then we'll throw other different people on. Maybe we can get, Just Farron on there from down south or
southeast.
Who's
South Carolina.
Cooking with. I do watch some of his stuff on his page. Believe it or not, I do ghost his page a little bit. For as much grief as I give him about his page, I kind of look in there to see what's going on, just to kind of keep up with everything. But what is it? Cooking with Schmidt? He's another
Cooking with the Schmidt.
Cooking with the Schmidt. So there's a whole bunch of different. That allows us to bring on a whole bunch of different people. So I'm not just tied to the products that are at Wanamaker's. But I do appreciate everybody that if you are local and you're looking for a place to buy barbecue stuff, to come into Wanamaker's, because I do enjoy seeing barbecue family and stuff like that. That's where Ryan and I met, was at Wanamaker's. So
yeah,
it's a
long time ago. Penguin. That was Penguin.
There's a penguin waddling in the balcony, knocking over Christmas trees.
Speaking of that, I was just talking to hey, Ryan Miller, you got to register your name for a StreamYard. You know how to do it. You've done it before. I don't know why it goes away sometimes, but anyways, I was just talking to Fred about that, and about the penguin himself, and it's unfortunate that he decided to block all of us. So I can't even send him a thank you.
I know for
I mean, without how everything went down was kind of crappy and everything like that, and the way it went and how Barbecue Blackstone and Beer started was all because of that. So,
right.
I mean, without that, would I be sitting here talking to you as much? God, I wish it wouldn't. I mean,
yeah.
Well,
there's not always good things that come out of things, Ryan.
Yeah, there's we're talking about the good things. Barbecue Blackstone
right.
Beer, the griddle battle.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
we're over almost 12,000 followers on Barbecue Blackstone and Beer, and now we're putting on griddle competitions. I mean, it's just insane. We were just talking about this within the last hour before the show started, and I mean, it just blows my mind to sit here and think of where everything started from and how quickly, we're where we're at already. So
I do have to ask you, since I have you on here, and a question about it. Where did you get who came up with the idea of the griddle battle? Was it you, or was it what is it, Brandon or whatever down in Peoria? How did that kind of come to be?
Well, you mentioned Sean and stuff, and Sean had talked to me about a griddle, adding on a griddle paddle or griddle competition. We didn't have names for it or anything back then, of adding him on to the KCBS comps and SCA comps and things like that. And then that kind of, Sean with Mission 0 Hours had a lot of other things going on. So he had to step away, and, I did reach out to him after Brandon reached out to me from the Central Illinois Barbecue Throwdown. I did reach out to Sean and make sure that he was, 100% out. He brought it up to me first. So I wanted to make sure that I gave him the opportunity to say, hey, are you still interested or not interested or anything like that? And, he's just got so much going on with Mission 0 Hours and everything. So Brandon reached out after that kind of died, and Brandon reached out again and said, hey, what do you think about this? We had talked about it actually last November at Saluting with Smoke. We talked about it a little bit, saying he wanted to talk to me more. And, we just threw it together as quick as we could. And luckily, got I think we had 11 teams register for the first one. Mr. Ryan Miller, who was just on here, unfortunately had some car issues. So he was unfortunately not able to make it, but he's going to try to make the next one once he registers for October 14th at the Yorkville American Legion. We'll be getting sponsor stuff going out. The Legion's been great to work with so far, so we'll see. They've actually, I was just looking at doing just the griddle battle itself, and now it's turned into they're going to set up for vendors. It's going to be a public event. They're going to have food trucks out there. They're going to have a DJ out there. They'll have a band later on that night. Ripped Jeans, I think, is the name. They're going to have them in the bar there. So, Ryan Miller. See, it's definitely going to try to make it. Yeah. I hope you can, man. I feel really bad that you weren't able to. You had some car troubles and weren't able to make it out for the first one. But
yeah, so if anybody's out there watching and then they're going to a competition, or they're going to an SCA comp, or they're going to have them reach out to have the promoter or whatever reach out to Ryan and say, hey, why don't you add a griddle battle to your competition? You got to patent that name, Ryan. You got to patent griddle battle.
Oh, you didn't hear. Griddle battle is officially it's trademarked already, and it's we're waiting for the full registration to come back, so it's already done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I think you got a whole thing going. And the other thing Ryan and I are going to try to revitalize. We have been doing them this year. We just haven't been doing it as much as we to the full extent as we were doing before, but we are going to get back to doing the full swing. It's all about the barbecue love tour and the Triple B Big Tip.
Yes.
I have trouble getting that out all the time. Well, I get confused. I want to say Barbecue Blackstone and Beer Big Tip, and then I always know it's called the Triple B Big Tip.
Yeah,
but
same difference. We know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we're going to do a lot more partnering the two groups together, and we're going to try and do it. But yeah, we're definitely going to get back to doing the barbecue love stuff fully. I know that we did the last one was over at Matt's Barbecue in Lamont, which is fantastic. We do have the one coming up on Jesus, God, August 19th. And that's going to be at Chuck's in Chuck Southern Comfort in Darien. There's another one in Oak Lawn or something like that. So don't go to that one. Look on the page, like the It's All About the Barbecue page. That'll have that in there. And then there's also It's All About the Barbecue group. That'll also be in there. It'll post in there. So keep that in mind. If you're just looking to meet friends and chat barbecue and eat, which I know I like to eat barbecue.
I do too. I wore my shirt today. It's real men smell like barbecue.
Smell like barbecue. So, but the whole basis behind the Barbecue Love Tour is to go around and to I actually, obviously working in the barbecue industry, I chose barbecue restaurants to go to a small family establishment and spend money and eat food. If you can't make it to the Barbecue Love Stop, you can always go and pick one of your favorite family restaurants. And if you can, get a bunch of friends and just order from it or go visit it or go eat at it, just to kind of support small business and to support small family restaurants. And then my good friend Ryan came up with a great idea, which I'll let him explain for the Triple B Big Tip. And the partnership just actually worked really well for both of the events.
That's nice. I mean, the Barbecue Love Tour is given back to the restaurant itself, and which is nice, especially during the time of COVID when you started all this, when everybody was hurting. And then after a couple times, you look back and you look at the business itself, or the barbecue restaurant itself is, it's there because of the owners, but it's there because of the employees too. Without them, they wouldn't be able to keep everything going. So we'll start the Triple B Big Tip, getting that together and figure out something we can raffle off and raise some money. And then all that money, nothing comes to me, nothing goes to Steve, doesn't go to the owners of the restaurant, that goes to the employees. So I know there was a couple times I think we raised $150 for one stop, and there was 2 or 3 employees there. So, they get a $50 tip that they weren't ever expecting to get a tip, right?
Right.
So it's just nice to give them back and see the looks on their faces and everything too. So yeah, we can definitely.
I can still remember the waitress at South Moon out in Hinckley, and happened to be one of the better raffles we had, and I think she ended up getting, I want to say like $120 tip plus whatever, we had a pretty big group there at that time, plus their regular tips. So she gets the regular tips from everybody just eating there, and then plus the Triple B Big Tip. So I mean, she made out really well, but I mean, she was all excited. She talked about making an extra payment on her school loans and all this other stuff, and to top it all off, she made some pretty damn good bread pudding.
Bread pudding. Oh.
Bread pudding. It was good bread pudding.
Good bread pudding.
It was good bread pudding. So if you're in the area and you can make it to Chuck's on August 19th, that would be great. It's at 11 o'clock. Like I said, it's just nice to get together with everybody once a month, shoot the poop, get to meet people that you only see names on Facebook. So you get to actually put faces with names, and and then Ryan and I, we're going to get back to trying to do, for those of you who can't make it, we're going to try and get back to doing live broadcasts from the restaurants, but we just haven't gotten everything coordinated. We're slowly getting it back together.
Yeah,
with that.
It's hard now that, my son's doing travel soccer. I'm going to definitely try to make as many as I can, but, I got to work around that. They're only little ones, right?
Only little ones.
But, since Steve brought that up and said that, if you're not able to join us at the Barbecue Love Tour stops, and you do get some people together and you're out there and that's what you're doing it for, is for a barbecue love of your own, snap some pictures and post it on our pages. Post it on It's All About the Barbecue. Post it on Barbecue Blackstone and Beer. We love to see that, and you could put hashtag Barbecue Love Tour. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be great to see if you can't make it, or even if you're, because I know my group is, international and everything. I had to get that in there.
You had to get that in there. You do have the better group, but don't forget, my group was tied to a business for a long time, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
Now it's part of a whole different.
Yeah. So if you guys are watching from Barbecue Blackstone and Beer, make sure you go check out It's All About the Barbecue as well. And then check out YouTube as well. So we're also streaming to the YouTube channel as well. So we're trying to help grow those as much as we can. So if you're on It's All About the Barbecue, go follow Barbecue Blackstone and Beer. Follow it both ways.
Make sure when you're looking it up, I know there's for both. There's It's All About the Barbecue page, and I know there's the Barbecue Blackstone and Beer page. Make sure you also look for group, but it should be It's All About the Barbecue group. That's going to be the one that allows you to interact. The page, I think, only I can work on. Ryan can only work on pages, but it's the groups where it's the most fun. Actually, I got to get ready for. We got just about, what is it? It's almost 8 o'clock, so I got about a half hour. I got to start collecting pictures for tonight's dinner winner, which we do a nightly dinner winner. Yeah. Well,
can't believe Ryan
won last night.
I don't know how. It was a good looking pork chop though.
I think I took my vote off because I didn't want to do a tiebreaker. So I think I took mine off of Robert James Rhodes. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that, Robert. Don't get mad at me. I didn't do that.
I was going to have him on the show, so I'll let him know next time, when we have him on the show.
That's the great thing about this show is that now we can have Robert James Rhodes and we can have a cilantro guy. I mean, we can have a whole bunch of different. We can have Juan from Beach Avenue Barbecue, and we can have a whole bunch of restaurant people on here now that we couldn't have before because it was tied to a business. This will allow us to be a little more free and clear. So that's kind of great. I think that's it.
I just look and I want to say we've got 2 teams already registered for the Griddle Battle Fall Brawl. So
and you'll get a Barbecue Blackstone and Beer sticker.
Maybe 2. Or there might be Griddle Battle. There might be Griddle Battle stickers.
Oh, Jesus.
I
feel bad because I did go to the Westmont competition. Tricia and I went to the Westmont competition, and I was like Ryan. I was walking around handing out my Wanted Wakers Barbecue and Smoke Supply stickers. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
all this time that you give me a hard time, and you're doing the same thing now, huh?
Well, I mean, that was the whole. Yeah. Besides eating, that was the other point was to let people know that we're down the street. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, we get it. We understand.
All right, buddy. I think it's time we're getting up on an hour. I didn't think it was going to be a whole hour, but we did pretty well and not too bad. We're a little rusty. For, like I said, I've been doing the show by myself for a long time because someone's employer got mean a little bit. No, I didn't get mean. Just change things up a little bit. Yeah. So,
but work on some banners on here. I got to figure out how to put a background behind us so it's not just a black screen too.
We can find a way to. If you can find a way to split it, so with our 2 logos on, that would be great. Yeah, sorry. There you go.
Yeah.
How about that? That's even better.
Yeah.
You're so smart. I'm so technologically, I can't do anything.
I mean, I thought I was doing pretty good with coming up with the banners right away, just throwing that out there. And
I thought it went pretty good. I thought the whole show was pretty good. So anyway, next week, catch us next Thursday. That will be our good friend, Fred Dudek will be on here from Little Bird Kitchen. I will be live Tuesday at 11 a.m. On the Wanamaker's Barbecue and Smoke Supply page. This week I will have. It's been a month since I did a show, so I'm a little rusty just because I haven't done a show in a month. I've had a lot of things going on in my personal life that I had to cut back to show because it's trying to find guests sometimes can be kind of a struggle. But next week, come Tuesday, I will have Masick, who's Grilling with Dad. So I will have Grilling with Dad on next Tuesday, live from the barbecue department at Wanamaker's. So look for that. That'll be shared out. It goes live at 11. I know it's early. That's why we started the show, just so we can be out at a later date. So hopefully more people can watch it. So that's what's coming up with me, buddy.
Yeah. Now we just got the Griddle Battle stuff. That's what we're focusing on right now, trying to get that all together and get it going. So registration is now open. If anybody wants to register, you can go to facebook.com/griddle.battle. Find the page, scan the QR code.
Hey, there's Griddles and Vittles with Nick.
With Nick and Jay coming in the last 30 seconds of the show.
Yeah, hopefully they didn't. Maybe they entered the dinner winner tonight. They do a good job at catching on.
They do a great job.
So
it's hard to compete with them as well.
Yeah.
We will have them on the show one time. I'm sure
could you do me a favor, Ryan? Because I know you are I believe you're an admin on It's All About the Barbecue. I think page and group. Could you put that link up or whatever to the griddle battle so that it either stays in features or there's a link listed or something like that so that people can see it?
Yeah, we'll tag it in there.
Because I don't know how to do that without ruining everything.
Right. No worries. We'll get it up there. Guys, thanks everybody for hanging out with us for this hour. This is our time is up here.
Yeah.
I want to try to keep it to an hour, and we were a little rusty and, getting back into the swing of things, but we'll start. We're going to have some fun times in this show. We could do so much more.
We could do so much more. And it's great to have you back, buddy. I was kind of lonely there for a little bit in the beginning and with you being gone, but then, I just pushed along and did it. And then, but it's nice having you back you're on the other shoulder this time. I mean, you're over whatever the opposite is, but you were on the other side. I'm on the other side now, but there we go. Hey, that's more like now it feels like home. But
Riddles and Vittles and Nick and Jay say nice, man. I don't know. I know we're running over our time here, but Brandon gave them my banner and they posted a picture of it on the side of their RV. I was like, man, nice. That's a great looking banner. And I almost didn't get it back, but yeah.
I like it. Well, congratulations on that. I think that's pretty cool. If you want, go to Barbecue Blackstone and Beer page and scroll through the pictures or whatever. I don't know if you got a file for just griddle battle pictures, but it looked like it was a great, fantastic event. And I wish I was off that. I was
going to try to pick and choose pictures, but I unfortunately just don't have the time. So my good friend Jeff Nichols was down there as well, running our booth, selling merchandise, giving out stickers. But he went around and took a whole bunch of pictures. So I'm just going to do a photo dump. It will be on the Griddle Battle page. I'm trying to keep everything to that and gain some more followers over that way. But that's it.
All right, buddy. That's it.
All right. Y'all take care. Guys, every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, come check us out. We're going to have some fun with this one. I feel it's definitely different.
It's going to be more fun. Yeah, different. It's a whole different vibe, different show, different vibe, right. Different show, different topics, different people. So I think it'll be fun. So make sure you follow if you can. Even if you're in the group, please go to It's All About the Barbecue page. Like it, follow it. Same thing with Ryan's page. Go to that page, like it, follow it. And then make sure Barbecue Blackstone and Beer page. Make sure you get pages. Like us and follow us. And then once you do that, if you're not in the groups, join the groups. And then look for us on. I would tell you what I did share it to the YouTube page, but I got to actually sign in. I did some moving, so I don't have my computer. So I can't get into it without my computer. So I got to be able to get my computer together. So.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So
follow
I think it's
Nick and Jay as well.
Nice.
All right, y'all. Have a good one. Take care. We will see you next week. We're out of here.
All right. See ya.